guys, it's Rose with Rose Likes Crochet. How is everybody doing? It is Thursday, September 18th, 2025, and I am coming on here with another yarn yakking video for September. So for those of you who are new here, my name is Rose. I like to crochet. I like yarn a lot, and I make stitch markers along with other items. You can find those in my Etsy shop, which is linked down below in the description box. So if you could favorite the shop and favorite a few items, it really does help me out a whole lot, and I do appreciate it. So yarn yakking videos are basically me talking about if I have any happy mail, which I don't have any happy mail. If I've been yarn shopping, which I have, but I haven't received my package yet, so I have no yarn to show you today. Oh my gosh. And if I have any finished objects, and I will insert some clips here in a little bit of some finished objects. I don't normally talk about my whips, which are my works in progress, because I don't want to be held accountable if I don't finish them. I don't want anyone asking me what happened to that particular project, so I don't show whips. Anyway. So before we get into the podcast, we're going to talk about some admin stuff. There is a Facebook group for this YouTube podcast. You can join it. There are 3 questions to answer. I promise they're very easy. And I want to thank everyone who was over there for participating in my little giveaway that I had. Winner was chosen, so I'm really, really excited. And the project bag has been shipped out. So way to go. I will try another giveaway on this channel. I'm not sure when, and hopefully whatever I decide to give away, someone will actually claim the prize. What else? Instagram, go follow me over there. That's at Roselikescrochet, and feel free to tag me in any giveaways that you find over there where they tell you to tag a friend. And that is connected to a Facebook business page. You can also follow me over there. That would be great. And, what else? Etsy shop, and there's a spring shop located down below. You can get Rose Likes Crochet merchandise. So I think that's it for admin stuff. If you guys ever have any questions, my email address is roselikescrochet@gmail.com. You can also leave a comment under any of my videos. I do respond to every single comment on all of my videos. What else? I do have a post office box that is listed down below if you want to send in donations or any happy mail. We'll talk about donations here in just a second. Okay, so I think that's it for admin stuff. There are 2 things that I'm going to talk about before we get into the meat of the podcast, and one of them is I am doing a monthly contest for this entire year for random acts of crochet kindness. So every month I pick an item out of a bag, so it's a random pick, and I tell you guys what the item is, and then if you choose to participate in my little contest, all you have to do is make the item, send me an email with how many you made and a picture of your items and where you left them, and then you get entered into a contest to win a little ball of yarn, a stitch marker, and some stickers. Because random acts of crochet kindness don't have to be big, huge things. They can be little tiny things. So for the month of September, the item that was chosen out of the bag was a smiley ball. There is a tutorial that I found from Nastasia that is linked down below in the description box if you guys want to try it. And I don't know, however you want to make a smiley ball is totally up to you. I have honestly not made any smiley balls yet. I prefer making my amigurumi with blanket yarn, and I'm afraid that if I make a smiley ball with blanket yarn, it's going to be really, really big. So, and I really dislike making amigurumi, which a ball would technically be amigurumi. I dislike making that with small yarn. So I'm going to be honest, I haven't made any yet. I'm still thinking about it. I have received a couple of emails already from people who are sending me their smiley balls. So thank you so much to everyone who has sent their pictures for the month of September. Okay, so that's it for random acts of crochet kindness. Now the other item that I'm going to talk about, but we're not going to show donations today, is something called the Generous Crafters. So this year on this channel, I am trying to support a local charity called the Generous Crafters, which is so interesting because you are all generous crafters, so you're technically part of this group. They agreed to do a monthly item, as I have been doing on this channel for the past couple years, and we are in the month of September. I will tell you that we are ending this donation drive at the very latest the end of October. So I will tell you what items they're looking for, and you can send those in through the end of October, but please try and get everything in before the end of October. Like, we can't really have stragglers in November. So the item of the month for September are winter wear. So hats, scarves, mittens, gloves, cowls, ear warmers. The hats and scarves don't have to be sets, but you can send in sets. And they can be knit, crochet, however you want to do it, whatever color, whatever size. And then for October, they are looking for blankets, and that would be from ages 2 and up. So no preemie blankets, no baby blankets, I guess really no baby blankets. That also can be any pattern, any style. And the catch to October is that I have 2 anytime donations. So anytime now, from now until the end of October, you can send in 6-inch granny squares. And what they'll do is they will put the 6-inch granny squares together and make blankets. So if you would prefer not to send an entire blanket, that's totally understandable. Shipping is crazy, I get it. But if you just want to make a couple of squares, 6-inch squares, and send those, they will add those to the pile of squares you guys have already sent in, and they will create blankets. And there is a blanket that was completed by Paula, Phillip, and Carolyn. Paula, those are my local friends here in the Chicago area. And I will insert the picture when we do the Generous Crafters video, which I will be filming next. So you'll see that like sometime, I think, over the weekend. So you can send in 6-inch granny squares through the end of October. Now, the other item you can send in through the end of October is something called a prayer square. And this is what a prayer square looks like. You can knit, crochet, or sew. The knit and crochet are 3x4. And obviously this is a 3x3 square. You don't have to worry about the charm there or there. They will put the charms on. And if you would prefer to crochet without the bobbles right here, you can just make it a 3x4 square blank. And when they put the prayer on there, it will not have the cross. It'll be non-denominational. So these guys you can send through the end of October, as well as 6-inch granny squares. So that's all I'm going to talk about with regards to the Generous Crafters today, because I have I think like 10 or 11 donations to show you that I just picked up at the post office yesterday. And several of the boxes are really large, and I'm afraid it's going to take up most of my video today. So I'm actually going to make that a separate video, which I have been doing the past couple weeks. So if you are interested in seeing all the beautiful donations that I've received this week from the Generous Crafters, from the Generous Crafters, which is you guys, please stay tuned. It'll probably go up on Saturday or Sunday. Okay, so at this point in the video, I normally will talk about Happy Mail, but I don't have any Happy Mail. So instead, I will tell you that I had a craft fair this weekend, this past weekend. And so I want to tell you what I sold and what that was about. So this is in a town in the northern suburbs here in Illinois, and this was their first year doing this festival. So they hadn't done this festival before. It was brand new. It was a little pricey, in my opinion, for the vendors because it was the first year that they did this craft fair. They also had concert. They had an inflatable thing for kids, but they didn't have like a carnival or anything. So it wasn't like a super fest or anything. I don't even know if that's a term. So the setup was good. I will tell you that I think on Saturday they said we could be there from 2 to 6. I wound up setting up at like 11:30 in the morning just because we weren't sure like where we were going to be. And we stayed until, I think the last concert started at 8. So most of the vendors stayed until about 8 o'clock. So it was a really long day for me. And then the next day they told us it was going to be from 12 to 4, but there was also a concert that started at 6. So we all stayed until like 6:37 because it was still light outside. And I have lights for my tent, so it wasn't a big deal. So I'm just going to tell you, it was not the best weekend for selling for me, but I'm going to tell you what I did sell on Saturday, which was the first day. And I'm just going to go through. I sold only 2 loveys, and a lovey is, I don't know if you'll see that in the donations in the donation video, because I think we're all done with loveys. But I use a tutorial from Zelda and RJ3. It is always linked down below in my description box. I sold a Stitch lovey, like from the movie Lilo and Stitch, and I sold an Incredible Hulk lovey. So I only sold 2 loveys. And then they asked me for an item for a bingo raffle. And so I gave them a stingray that I had. And so that was, you know, a sale that I did not make because I donated that. And then the things that I did sell, I sold 2 hair scrunchies. You guys, I sold 10 loaf cats. 10. And I think in the past 2 months, I've shown you guys like 3 videos of all the cats that I've made. Plus I made more, and now I sold another 10. So you guys know what I'm gonna say. I need to make more loaf cats. Believe it or not, I didn't sell any cats on the second day, but let me finish the first day. I sold 1 stingray, I sold 2 bucket hats, 1 octo, 1 flower fidget. And you guys, the patterns for all of these that I talk about, except for the hair scrunchies, are linked down below in my description box. I sold 1 jellyfish, 1 bee, 1 market bag, 1 leggy frog, 2 fidget keychains, 1 coaster set, and 1 chapstick holder. Now on the second day, which was Sunday, I actually sold 4 loveys. So I sold a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Donatello. I sold a Snoopy lovey, a Winnie the Pooh lovey, and my only Hello Kitty lovey has sold. So altogether, from the 2 days, I sold 6 loveys. And on Sunday, I sold 2 stingrays, 1 bucket hat, 2 octos, 1 emotional support pickle, 1 towel. So I make the towel rings. I crochet around a ring, and then I put a towel in there. I sold another coaster set. You guys, I never sell this stuff, and it sold. 1 chapstick holder, 3 market bags, and that was a fun story, which is for another time. 2 hair scrunchies, 1 chicken, and 1 bee. So all in all, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't, I don't know what I expected. I didn't expect anything because I had never done it before, and no one had ever done it before. If they asked me to come back and do it again next year, I would definitely go back and do it again. So I would say it was, for the most part, a success. All right, so then we'll go into shopping. Now, I did order a bunch of stuff from Mary Maxim because it was on clearance, and I think the shipping was like $4.99. And I ordered this, I don't know, like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and I just got notification yesterday that it's finally shipped. So hopefully in the next yarn yakking video, I will be able to show you some yarn. I have not been to Michael's. I was at Walmart. I'll show you what I just got at Walmart. And I did look in the yarn section, and there was nothing new, nothing on sale, nothing that I really needed. So I haven't really done yarn shopping, which is worrisome, except for the online, but it's okay. I'll be okay. All right, so someone either sent me an email. I think someone sent me an email, and thank you to whoever it was that sent me an email, that there were some plushies on sale at Walmart. I think the ones that she said in her email, I did not see those at my local Walmart, but I did find 2 plushies here that I'm going to show you that were on clearance for $4 each. And it was these little Sonic the Hedgehog guys. And the crazy thing is I already have a Sonic that I have not made the blanket for, the lovey blanket for. And what did I do? I went and bought 2 more, but they were $4 each. So these were the only things that I found on clearance at the Walmart that I was at, were these 2 Sonic the Hedgehogs. And again, they were $4 each. Now I am out of stock of made loveys, completed loveys that are Mickey and Minnie Mouse. And I looked in my stash the other day and I realized I did not have any Mickey Mouse stuffed animals. So I have tons of Minnie Mouse, but no Mickey Mouse. So these were not on clearance, nor were they on sale at Walmart. They were actually $8.94. But you guys, I have to have Mickey Mouse in my inventory. because you can't have Minnie Mouse without Mickey Mouse, and you can't have Mickey Mouse without Minnie Mouse. So this was all that I have purchased this week. I even went online to look at Michael's because they're having their lowest prices of the season, and the yarn is just 30% off, and there's nothing that I need. So I didn't even order yarn from Michael's. So like literally that's it. I mean, I have been working on so many things that I have pre-recorded. So that's what I'm going to show you now is I am going to insert some clips. Now we were talking about market bags, and all 4 of the market bags that I sold at this craft fair this past weekend were what I call my extra large market bags, because they're made with the bulky cotton yarn. And I don't think I ever showed you guys, but I'm going to show you guys now. I have 2 separate clips that I'm going to put in here. They're both bags. Like, I've been making bags like crazy, and actually I have my living room is right there. I have probably 20 more bags that I'm making right now. So, because I just have been selling them and I need to replenish my stock. Anyway, I'm going to insert one clip, and it is probably from June, maybe, of some market bags that I made, maybe before then even. And then I think the second clip is also bags, and I think that's with the extra large, I call them my bulky bags. So I'm gonna insert the first clip here, and then I'll come back and we'll chat a minute, and then I'll insert the second clip. So here is the first clip. Hey guys, Rose from the past. I am coming on here to show you some market bags that I have been making. Back in June, I had a couple of craft fairs, and for some reason, market bags sold really, really well for me. So my inventory has been depleted by half, and I decided that I needed to get going and make some more market bags. I think even after this batch, I still need to make a couple of more market bags, but we'll see what happens, because I've got some other stuff that I need to get going on before I do that. So I'm going to tell you first that the pattern that I use is a video tutorial from used to be Bob Wilson 123, and now she is Crochet with Claire here on YouTube, and it is called the Granny Square Bottom Bag. It is always linked down below in my description box. I love this market bag. I have tried others, and I don't know what it is. I just keep coming back to this one. I love it, love it, love it. So I am going to show you. I have made quite a few. I have all the yarn that I used. Most of the time when I make a market bag, this particular market bag, I use a 5.5mm crochet hook and 4-weight cotton yarn. And I have noticed that I need at least or almost 400 yards, depending on like the type of yarn, almost 400 yards to make it the size that I make it. I know a lot of people ask like, well, what's the measurements? So I do 9 rows on the bottom and 9 rows on the side. And you can make it shorter, smaller, taller, however you want to do it. But for the way that I do it, I need about 400 yards of a 4-weight cotton yarn and a 5.5mm crochet hook. So I have, these will be up for sale in my Etsy shop. I'm not sure when this clip will go into a yarn yakking video, so you might already have seen these in a yarn or in the Etsy shop before they get to the yarn yakking video. Anywho, let me show you what I made, you guys. Okay, the first one was made using Big Twist cotton. It is 85 cotton, 15 polyester. These were all on clearance like a long time ago, before Joann's even went out of business. Because after they stopped making this style, which is just like the Premier Home cotton 85-15, they came out with their own line of cotton, and their own line of cotton that they came out with, or the new line of cotton, is more like peaches and cream or sugar and cream, because it was 100% cotton. And I don't know if I have any bags here today using that, but it's coming soon, I'm sure. So anyway, so this is the Big Twist cotton, and the color on this is called Aquamarine Speckle. And these are, let me tell you how many yards. These are 107 yards each. I went through 3 full ones, and then not much of a fourth one. So it was kind of interesting that I didn't go through as many as I thought I was going to go through. So I've got this here, and then I'm going to show you the bag. And then you'll see, like in the Etsy shop, if there's any, if it's left, you'll see I usually put a couple balls of yarn in here and hang it on a chair to take a picture of it so people can kind of get the idea. So here is, I'm just going to put these ball bands back in there so I can label them. But here is this market bag. And then I'm going to show you close up. It's really pretty. It's like this aqua, and then there's turquoise in there. I don't know. I really, really love this color. So there is one bag so far. The next one is using Lily Sugar and Cream, and the color, I'll show you the ball band. The color on this one is called Terra Firm. And it looks like this was one of the clearance balls that I got at the Hirschner sale in 2024. So these balls are 2-ounce balls. They have 95 yards each. I used 3 full ones and almost a full fourth one. So like I said, about 400 yards is what I like to use for my bags, or make sure that I have for my bags. Okay, I keep getting stuck on these. So I'm gonna put that in there, and then I will show you the bag. And for some, you know, I like bright colors, but I have had a lot of people that always are looking for neutral colors, browns, stuff like that. So I figured this one would fit the bill. So there is that one. Okay, we're gonna get this one off the pile. This next one was actually in a kit from Hirschner's. It's using the Village Yarn Craft Cotton. It's a 4-weight yarn, and there are 115 yards. There were 4 different colors in here. So the colors were, let me just see here, because I think you can probably still get these. The green was called Seaside. There was another color called Shoreline, and then another color called Turquoise, and then this color right here, which I didn't use a whole lot of, and this color is called Morning Sky. And I had these 4 colors, and I asked my daughter to pick out the order in which they should go for the bag, and she picked out the order. So I'm going to show you the bag. So here is the bag. So she wanted a solid color, and then that variegated, and then I used almost all the green, I think, and then I used just a tiny bit of that sea blue, that sky blue for the top of the handle. So there is that one. And then we're gonna go to Bernat Handicrafter Cotton. Looks like that. Don't know if you can get that anymore. I believe I got this on clearance at Yarnspirations. These only have 71 yards each, and the color on this is called Lemon Swirl. So I did have 5 of them, and I ran out of 5. So 5 times 71 is 355 yards, and I ran out. So I had to use some white for the top of the handles. So this is what the bag turned out to be, and then you can see that there is a little bit of white on the top, but you know what? You probably wouldn't have even noticed it because there's white in here, right? So there is that bag right there. Now I like these bags because you can just put your arm right through there, and I tell people, you know, they're cotton, they're 100% cotton, so they'll stretch but not a whole lot, and then they can just throw them in the wash and dry them. Perfect. Okay, so the next one is also using the Bernat Handicrafter. Also only 71 yards on each one of these. And the color on this one is called Swimming Pool. So I had 5 of these. I used up all 5 of them. And then in my stash, I found a blue to kind of match the rest of the colors in here. And I finished off the handles with a little bit of a blue on the top there. So there is that one right there, the Swimming Pool. And since we're on the subject of Bernat Handicrafter, here is another bag made with Bernat Handicrafter. But this one, oddly enough, I had leftover yarn. So the color on this one is called Fruit Punch Ombre. So I used all 4, almost 5. And this one is blues, purples, and greens. That is a funky pattern if you ask me, but maybe someone will like it. So I don't know, it looks like jelly or jam or something. So there is that one. And then I've got another one with this Bernat Handicrafter. I'm pretty sure these were all on sale at Yarnspirations. So again, I had 5 balls, almost used all 5 balls completely. I don't know if these are still available, you guys. The color on this one is called Emerald Energy Ombre. So that's going to be this one right here. And I think this is so pretty with the green and the blue, and there's white. Oh my gosh, I just love it. So there is that one. I have a bag on the floor. That's where I'm throwing it. This next one was using a cone from Lily Sugar and Cream, and I don't believe it was a full cone. There are 674 yards in a cone, and the color on this one is called Kitchen Breeze. I think that I had to, no, I don't, yeah, I think I had to use some white to finish off the handles on this one. But again, because there's white in the actual bag, you can't really tell that I actually finished it off with white. Look at how cool that pooled, right? So there is that one. Then I had this bag of factory mill ends, 1 pound of cotton. And this was a really interesting color combination. It's like candy cane Christmas. I don't know how else to explain it because it's like red, but then mint and white. I don't know. So this bag was full and I still have all of this left. So I can still make another one. So I'm going to show you guys this one right here. Oh my gosh. It's really pretty. Really pretty. It's like you don't think that red, pink, and green are going to go together, but they do. It's really, really pretty. So there is that one. I'm not sure what I'm going to call that one because that one doesn't have a color name. The next one that I have here is also a Lily Sugar and Cream. It looks like this was a clearance yarn, probably from Joann Fabrics. And I don't think this was a full ball. This one is called Autumn Leaves. I think I actually had 2 cones of this, and 1 cone there was hardly anything left on it. I don't know. Anyway, so here is this one called Autumn Leaves. And you know, like I said before, I prefer the bright colors, but a lot of people like the muted colors. And so I have to cater to my customers, right? Okay, so this next one is actually using a Crafters, what is this? This was a clearance item from Hirschner's from 2024. It is Village Yarn Craft Cotton. The color on this is called Periwinkle, and I got this cone for $10, and this was a full cone when I started, and it looks like the total number of yards in this cone was 743 yards. And the color is, like I said, Periwinkle. So I really did like this yarn, but not for a market bag. It's kind of silky, soft. It doesn't seem as sturdy as kitchen cotton. So I would not, and I have so many colors of this, I would not use this again for a market bag. I would probably use this for a bucket hat, washcloths, but not a market bag, not something that needs to be like super duper sturdy. So this is this bag right here, super duper pretty. I'm in love with it because it's periwinkle and it is such a beautiful color. So there is that bag, and it just feels like drapier than the other ones made with the kitchen cotton. So again, really nice yarn, but I probably would not use it again for a market bag. Okay, the next one here, it looks like was a cone also, and it's also Lily Sugar and Cream. It looks like this was a Hobby Lobby item. It was, I don't know, probably from 2-3 years ago. It was reduced from $13.99 to $3.49. And the color on this one is called Countryside. And I don't know about you guys, but my trick to keeping the labels in the cones once you start them is to just stick them in there. That's what I do. I don't know. If you guys have a better way to do it, let me know. This is this one, the country, whatever I just said it was. And it is like, it's like the periwinkle with like a sage green and a gray and a light green. Again, not my favorite because not bright and pretty, at least in my eyes. I prefer the bright ones, but hopefully someone will like that one. Okay, the next one was also a cone, and this one, Lily Sugar and Cream, and also a clearance item, probably from Joann Fabrics. The color on this one, and these all have the same amount of yards, you guys. Woodland Trail is the color on this one that I'm going to show you. So that is this cone right here. Whoops, the label came out. So here we go. And I only have a couple more to show you guys. So there is that one, which pooled really, really cool. Again, like not bright and exciting in my mind, but someone will like it. The next one was also a Lily Sugar and Cream, and it looks like I had some leftovers on one cone, and then I had to open up another cone. This one is called Sonoma on this one, and this one again is very neutral, which someone will like, I hope. Please tell me someone will like it. So here is Sonoma. There we go. And it's tan with brown flecks and rust colored flecks, and it's just super, super nice. Really, really like this. There's also like olive colored flecks in there. So I don't know, you guys, not my style, but all right. This next one is also a Lily Sugar and Cream cone. I really dug into my stash to make all these bags, you guys. The color on this one is called Summerfield Ombre. I don't think there's anything summery about this bag, but I don't know. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong. But here you go. There is Summerfield Ombre, and this has brown, like red, dark red, olive green, regular green, and a white in it. So very odd color combination. But you might see this again because look at all this that I have left. I can probably get like most of another bag out of that. So there is that one. And the next one that I have here is another cone. This is Lily Sugar and Cream called Orchid. So this one I really do like, you guys, because it's purple. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, so here is Orchid. Love it. Very pretty. And the very last one is also a Lily Sugar and Cream cone. I think I told you guys these have 674 yards on them. This one is called Potpourri Ombre. And this one is really, really pretty. It's tan with aqua, like dark pink and purple flecks in it. And I really like this one a lot. Even though it's neutral, like it's got that like pop of color with it. So there you go. So those are all the market bags that I made. And I really want to get like my brightest color yarn out and make some more like super bright colors. So that'll be on the agenda after I make a couple of other things that I need to complete for my inventory for craft fairs. So let me know if you have a favorite bag pattern. Like I said, I have tried other bags and I keep on coming back to this one. So I would still like to know if you have a favorite bag pattern and it's not this one. I have tried the one where you make it in the round and like you make the handles as you go. And I don't know, it just didn't thrill me a whole lot. So I'm probably not gonna make that one again. I would also like to make a granny square bag. But I only like to use cotton yarn for my market bags because I feel they won't stretch as much. And if I used acrylic, I would have to line it, and we're not going to talk about me and sewing in this video. So that's it. Let me know what you think of the bags, which one was your favorite, and I am going to bring you back to the original Rose. Talk to you later. Bye. Okay, you guys. So let me know what you think. I am pretty addicted to that pattern so much that I know I want to try and make like those smaller crossbody bags where you can just fit like keys and a cell phone in there or something. But I'm so addicted to making these bags from Claire, Crochet with Claire. I can't stop making them. Maybe if I ever have like enough inventory in that size bag, I will try and make the smaller crossbody bags. Okay, so those are the ones in the regular cotton. So then I had all this clearance cotton from Hobby Lobby, this bulky cotton, and I decided to make them in that yarn also. And 4 of those bags sold this past weekend. So I'm gonna insert that clip here. Hey guys, Rose from the past, just coming on here to show you some finished objects that I have. I'm getting ready for a 3-day craft fair, so I figured I would come and film this so that you guys can see this before I pack it up and get ready to go. So today I'm going to show you some market bags that I've been making, but it's not my usual material for my market bags. So I will tell you some specifics on the pattern. It's linked down below in the description box if you want to try it. It is from YouTube, and it is from Crochet with Claire. This is like really the only market bag pattern that I really like to use. So YouTube called the Granny Square Bottom Bag. I've made a ton of these in regular 4-weight cotton. I believe that when she does it on the video, she uses a 5mm hook. When I do it with regular cotton, I actually use a 4-weight cotton yarn and a 5.5mm hook. But this time, I saw that I had a big stash of this really thick, super bulky cotton. So I'm going to show you the cotton. These are 3 balls that I had left over that I could not figure out how to turn them into. I could have made a smaller bag, but I really didn't want to. But I had a ton of this yarn, and you'll see that how many bags I've made. And I just wanted to use it up. So it was clearance yarn, Yarn Bee Cotton XXL. The only thing that I have left is one of these in white. I have one of these in Bath Bomb. I didn't even use any of this because I think I only had one to start off with. And I believe I did use this in one of the bags, and this is called Ebony Epiphany. Anyway, those are the only 3 balls that I have left of that particular yarn. So that might go to like the Goodwill, or I don't know, I'll have to figure something else out with these. So now this bag I make all the time in regular 4-weight cotton. It's really nice, lightweight, durable, sturdy. This I definitely had to modify the pattern. Not as many rows on the bottom, not as many rows on the side, not as many rows for the handles, but let me tell you, these guys are so heavy. So I'm going to show you the first one. I'll show you the yarn that I used on these. And, you know, I had to modify, I had to adjust, I had to color control a little bit. So this is the first one that I made. It is this like olivey green color, and I striped the white in there. So I'll tell you the yarn that I used. This was the Yarn Bee Cotton XXL, and the color was olive. So I had one, let me see if this one, let me see, that one is white. 2, 3, and 4, so almost 4 complete balls in the Cotton XXL olive. That's all I had left out of that. And then a complete ball in the white color. So that was this one, and they are really, really heavy duty. Like the bag weighed like 50 pounds, like with all of these in them. So that is this one right here. I really like this pattern because you could just stick your arm through there, and it goes through really, really nicely. So there is that one. Now all of these bags will be up for sale in my Etsy shop as well. They are like a way different feel than regular 4-weight kitchen cotton. It's like softer, but it's also, I don't know, to me it feels like it might pill easier than a 4-weight kitchen cotton. But I love it. So here is the first one right here. I did one in all black. So let me see if I have all of the ball bands here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 total altogether, and that's all I had left on the 5th ball. So these were, I'll tell you how many yards, 50 yards each. So you need 250 yards if you do the same amount of rows that I do to do one of these in this particular style yarn. And you guys, this is considered a 5 bulky. So I pretty much use 250 yards for each bag. So this one is just all black, and it was not fun to make because it was all black. So there is that one. This one is all tan. So I'll show you this guy right here. So let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. The color is called taupe, and I had that much left over. Like, I don't even think with all the leftovers and those 3 balls, I don't even know if I could make like a scrappy one, but I could always try. So that's what I have left over for this tan one. And there is that one right there. So just solid tan. This particular one is one that I had an extra, this one right here. So it's called Ebony Epiphany, and it looks like I used 5 complete balls of that one. And this is all just the same color. So there is that one right there. I'm not hating on this one too much. I like this one. The next one is all green, so solid green. The color was called Celadon, and out of 5 balls, this is all that I had left from the 5th ball. And so this one is all just solid green. There you go. And it's definitely super heavy duty, like way more heavy duty than the ones made with kitchen cotton. I would tell you honestly that if I had the opportunity to buy this style yarn again, I would not buy it. And I would not make any more bags with this yarn. So that's just me. Okay, the next one that I have here was a combination of almond, which is kind of like an off-white, and then the other color is called Marbled Dawn. So that's all I have left over from that Marbled Dawn. And I used the entire ball of the almond, which is the beigey color that you're gonna see here. So there is that one, and I did stripe it, so you can see that. So there is that one. Then I had this really pretty blue color, and this might have been like one of the first ones that I started to try. And I was not color controlling it at that point, but I should have been. The blue color is called Aegean, and the other color is called white. So I had 4 balls of the blue color and 1 ball of the white. And this is not my favorite one because I just don't like the way I had to put some white on the handle. Like, once I figured out how to do it, I was doing like the contrasting color and just using it all up on the body of the bag, and that way the handle was all one solid color. But this one was one of my first ones where I tried it like that. So not happy with that one, but it'll go up for sale anyway. The next one here is also using 2 colors. So there is a gray color called Shale, and the other color is called Beachy Keen. So I had like, I don't know, that much left out of 2 of the balls of Beachy Keen. And then I used 3 balls of the Beachy Keen and 2 balls of the Shale for this one. And this is where I got smart, and I used all the Shale on the bottom and then the Beachy Keen on the top. So there's that one right there. And then we have 3 more, you guys. I'm telling you, I had, obviously this yarn was clearance at Hobby Lobby, so I bought a ton of it, and I just wanted to get it out of my stash and use it. So that's what I did. This next one was actually using a little bit of Premier Chunky Cotton. The color is chocolate. It looks like I had 3 of those, same amount of yards, 50 yards. And then I used this Cotton XXL in Buttercream, And this is what I had left over from the buttercream. And you'll see this one is, bottom is the chocolate and the top is the buttercream. So I really like this one, just because I like this brown color. So there is that one. And then we have this, well, this is not the last one. I used the Cotton XXL in silver. So I had 4 balls of the Cotton XXL in silver, and then I trimmed it in the Cotton XXL in black. So, you know, now that I'm looking at all these scraps, I bet you I could make a scrappy one. It would just probably not be very pretty. So this is the silver and the black, and you can see the black is just really on the handle there. So I actually don't mind this one at all because the black is just the trim on the handle. So there is that one. And then we have one more, you guys. And then look at all that yarn I got out of my stash. I was so excited about that. This one, the color is called Shale. So it's one that was used on that other bag. And it looks like there should have been 5 total. I think one did not have a label. So there were 5 total, 4 completely used. And then this is all I had left on the 5th one. And this one is just the solid color in that shale. And on the camera, it looks brown, but it's really gray. It's very gray. So let me know what you guys think of these bags. I would not make any more except for maybe a scrappy bag with these leftovers. But I would not deliberately go out and purchase this yarn again. You see, like it's like a bumpy yarn. So I don't know, like this was back in the days where I saw a red sticker and I was like, I have to have it all. So without understanding what I was going to do with it, but now I've used it, and it's going to go with me to the craft fairs, and it'll be up for sale in my Etsy shop if you guys are interested. So let me know what you think. I know a lot of people tell me what bag patterns they like to use, and I have tried other bags, and I always go back to this one using 4-weight kitchen cotton. It's like my ultimate favorite. So let me know what you think, and I will return you to the current rows. Take care. Bye. All right, guys. So in my opinion, I would not buy the bulky cotton yarn again and make market bags with them. But they were popular this past weekend. So you never know what's going to sell, right? I will tell you that I have been making chickens this week because I have 3 chickens left. I still have no pigs, and I have no time to make pigs. I do have a craft fair this coming Saturday. It's like an all-day craft fair. So I'm hoping to get the chickens made and videotaped. I have a work function I have to go to tomorrow, so I don't know how that's going to happen. But we'll see what happens. But if I do get to finish those chickens, I will make sure I videotape that, and that'll be inserted into an upcoming yarn yakking video. So believe it or not, that's all I have. Like literally, this is all I have. I will tell you, I have a lot of stuff in my Amazon cart. And the reason I have a lot of stuff in my Amazon cart is when I was at the craft fair last weekend, the guy next to me, he's called the licorice guy, and he sells licorice. And that's not a good thing to have a food vendor next to you. That's all I'm saying. But I was looking at his setup, the way he was hanging his lights in the evening, and quite a few things made it into my Amazon cart. I think there's some safety eyes and safety noses in there too, but I don't need them like right now, so I'm not in a hurry to make the purchase. But anyway, I still haven't bought any yarn this week. So next week you guys will see the Mary Maxim yarn haul when it comes in. All right, so that's all I have. I am actually going to record the Generous Crafters video, so you'll see me in the same shirt. And just like I said before, it takes forever for me to upload videos on YouTube. So because I have that craft fair on Saturday, I'll try and upload it on Sunday, and you guys should see that on Sunday. But I'm going to go and record that right now. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the bags. I know that Lisa makes Lisa from Happy to Hook Creations. Hi, Lisa. She makes like a French market bag, and I have tried that and I wasn't fond of it. So, but let me know if you have any other cool bag patterns, like especially if you have a pattern that's like just for a crossbody that's like smaller. I'm pretty sure I could figure it out. But if you guys know of any patterns where it's like a small like crossbody where you could just fit like keys and a phone in there, let me know down below. Leave me a comment or shoot me an email with the link for that, and I would really appreciate it. All right, that's all I have. I will talk to you guys later, and have a good one. Bye.